To try to help demonstrate how bright this is, I set up my camera so that it didn't have auto ISO. So this is what my house looks like with the lights off. You can see just how dark it is. Now, as soon as you turn on this light, it illuminates my entire house. So my house is a dome house, so it's weird. That's why I use high bay lights. I actually point this up at the ceiling so it kind of bounces and reflects the light off of the walls. I used to use a bunch of lamps all over the house, but now I can use a single high bay light and it just illuminates the whole house really well. I also tried using this in the garage. It was simply too bright. Now, the nice thing about that is you can actually unscrew this and you can change it to different wattage settings. So on full power, this is 150 watts. You can flip a switch and get it down to 100, I believe, and also 90 watts. So if you don't want it crazy bright, you can actually lower how bright it is. But what I like to do is I actually bought some dimmer switches. Now this has some dimming wires. And if your dimming wires are like mine, you hook up the pink to blue and the purple to brown. Just know that the pink is negative, and you can use the dimming switch to get it literally as dim or as bright as you want. And if you turn it all the way off with the dimmer switch, then it doesn't use any power at all. I used a smart socket to measure the wattage and nothing was coming out when it was down all the way. Really cool. And if you want to install it with a switch like this, you can also get a dimmer switch. You just need to make sure that the dimmer switch has like the 10 volt dimming function, the two dimmer wires on this. A lot of dimmer switches work in a different way, so make sure you get the ones with the 10 volt dimming wires, and then you could just install this in the wall, turn it on and off, and make it as bright or as dim as you want. This was sent to me so I could make this video. I've actually used a lot of high bay lights in the past. I just like how bright they are, and they're really versatile too because you can adjust the brightness, you can put a dimmer switch on it. And so for my house, that's just kind of a weird, awkward house, I really like these. And in fact, I started using my first high bay light over 3 years ago and it's still working just fine. So they last a long time. Perhaps the main thing to know about them is they do get quite hot. I mean, they're putting out a lot of power, a lot of light. When I measured the temperature, I think it was around 110 on this. So just something good to know. One thing I like to use this light for is because I do so many product reviews, I do a lot of video, I need good lighting. So I actually put one of these on a tripod and I have it point up so it kind of bounces light off the ceiling. It's not as much of a harsh shadow when I do it that way. So the nice thing about this is I can use a single light, just kind of take it around and use that for video. Another nice thing about that is if you're doing projects around the home and maybe you have to turn off the power, you can hook this up to a portable power station, turn it on, and then you have more than enough light to do any home project or anywhere you're working. This lights things up really well. To use the light, you can just hang it with a hook, nice and easy. It also comes with an extra safety cable so you can attach this to something as well in case the hook fails. I don't think the hook's ever going to fail, but it's nice to have backup. If you have a workshop, a warehouse, a barn, or a crazy house like mine with big wide open space, these high bay lights are crazy bright. They work really well.